Today I am at Sinijärv with my friend Imre, who's somewhere there. And let's talk about 3 things that you need to know when you're going out to shoot snow. Imre is somewhere on the other shore, about there. And I'm on this side and I think I found an image. But let's talk about first mistake to avoid or to fix when you're shooting with snow. So the first mistake to avoid is trusting your camera when metering on snow. In short, when metering off the snow, your camera usually underexposes the image by 1 or 2 stops, and there's a reason for that, because the camera is looking for middle gray values, and if you know what an Ansel Adam exposure table is, then basically if the main thing it sees is snow, it puts it in the middle, so it's at number 5. That means that usually then the snow is underexposed by 1 or 2 stops at least. So I'll show you an example of that. So in short, I just found this random place that had a lot of snow, and as you can see from the histogram is not at the right side, and usually, even if it's not that light outside, the histogram with snow should still be at the right side. So at the moment here I can see probably we have a stop or stop and a half under exposure, so I'm just gonna compensate it by lowering my shutter speed, and yep, we have exactly 1.25 stops below the actual correct exposure. So here you can see the 2 images. The one on the left is underexposed and exposed by my camera, and the one on the right is then corrected by me, and I bumped up the exposure by a stop or stop and a half. So you can see there's a major difference there. So look at your histogram and make sure that your whites are where they actually should be. With newer cameras it's no problem to just up the shadows and up the exposure, but if you have a little bit of an older camera, you can introduce noise and then other artifacts that you really don't want to. Before we go to the next mistake to fix when you're shooting out with snow and cold weather, I found my first composition of the day, and it's a really simplistic composition. Because basically, yeah, it's the view that you can see from the GoPro recording at the moment is kind of exactly the image I'm going to get, more or less. And my idea is to use this frosty bit without snow as a leading line to the end, to the trees at the back. And I really like the symmetry of it. The snow on the right side and the reflective water on the left side. I'm at ISO 64, I'm at f10, and my exposure time is half a second at the moment. And I'm using a polarizer to do different exposures of the scene. One to get the reflections on the water, or actually one to remove the reflections from the water, and the second one to get the middle icy part of the scene still light, because I can't get it in one shot, because when I use the polarizer also the ice in the middle will go dark and I really don't like it. So yeah, here's the image, hope you like it. Oh yeah, and by the way, my tripod is walking on water. So first image down and going to look for another composition or a scene around the lake. But the second thing that a lot of young photographers or beginner photographers do is underestimate the weather, and that can be a big mistake. One thing is that you can get sick and freeze yourself and be out for a couple of weeks, but the more serious part of it is that you're not enjoying your travels, you're not enjoying photography because you are cold. So get yourself a proper pair of winter boots, good gloves, a hat, and keep yourself warm, because otherwise you will not want to be out during the cold weather, and then you will not enjoy photography during that time. And believe me, if you have like good socks, good boots, good warm parka or a down jacket or something like that, depending where you live, it doesn't really matter if it's summer or winter. You will enjoy your travels and you will enjoy your photography. It's an easy thing to miss, but yeah, you need to be prepared. A lot of people mistake it for just hiking somewhere. When you're hiking, then you're moving around a lot. But when you're taking images, you will stand still, and sometimes you will stand still for hours at an end, waiting for a sunrise or sunset. And if it's like -10, -15, even -20 Celsius, and you don't have proper clothing, you will freeze, you will get sick, and probably next time you will not want to go out. So yeah, get yourself some good warm clothes. As I'm exploring around here now, I just wanted to ask you, as in the last episode I broke my tripod, or my tripod actually broke, and as I have fixed it already like 3 times, I can't fix it anymore, and there's no way to, you know, replace a part or something like that. So I need to get a new tripod, and if you have like good suggestions what to get, then hit me up in the comments and I'll try different tripods out, and maybe I'll do a tripod review or something like that. So we'll see. Just let me know if you have any good ideas. So I think I found an absolutely amazing image here. So as you can see, here are the like frozen circles or frozen flowers on the ice, and then I can't show you it at the moment, but if you're using a polarizer, then in the middle those parts go transparent and you can see all the moss and everything like beneath the ice. So I'm gonna try to take this image, probably in a portrait orientation. So I'm gonna take this first ring of ice and then go up to the sky from here. So we'll see how it turns out. I'm at the moment at f13, 1.6 seconds, and ISO is 64. And I'm again doing like 2 exposures, 1 exposure with the polarizer and 1 without. So I just have some wiggle room afterwards to play at home when I'm editing. So here's the image. So it's now about 15 minutes before sunset, and I don't know if I'm gonna find anything else here, but even if I got the last image like as I wanted, you know it, I don't know it at the moment, then I'm pretty pleased with this day. I am hoping that we can get some sun and some holes in the sky, because it is grey and it seems it's going to be grey for the next week or so. But hopefully the weather will change a bit and we get like some blue sky, and maybe we can get some like clear nights to shoot the Milky Way or do something different, because I really miss the sun and I'm kind of tired of eating D vitamin all the time. So yeah, but I'm gonna pack up my things, start walking and searching for the next composition, and then I'm going to talk about the third and a really crucial thing that you need to keep in mind when you're out in cold weather and with snow. The third and the final mistake for today that you need to avoid is coming out during winter with only one battery. It doesn't really matter if it's for your drone, for your camera, for your GoPro. Get a couple of batteries and keep them warm. I have an inside pocket on my parka, so they are usually there, basically really close to my skin, and my body heat keeps them kind of warm. But if you keep them, for example, in your backpack or in an outer pocket somewhere, they will not freeze, but they will go like really cold, and they will run empty in half a time or sometimes even more, depending how cold it's outside. The 3 things I was talking about were not that like technical or something, but they give you a foundation what not to do when you're out with cold weather and snow. These rules just keep you comfortable, and they will let you enjoy your photography as you want it. Otherwise you will not be motivated, and you probably won't come even out if it's cold weather outside. So yeah, keep yourself warm, keep your batteries warm. That's that for today. It's too dark already and I'm going towards my car. So don't forget to subscribe if you like the videos and vlogs I do. I would really appreciate it. So each subscription, comment and like helps this channel grow. Now we are almost at 110 people or something. It's not much, but it's a beginning. So, and I'm gonna throw my last week's video up if you missed it, so you have an opportunity to see that one. That was, I think, that was the first winter vlog I did this winter season. But until then, see you next week and stay safe.